Okay.
Okay.
So, the reason we're doing this is just simply to get some of your thoughts on this, your last board meeting day, right?
Yes. Yes.
Which is a big event.
I did some calculating, and I believe that this is my 273rd consecutive board meeting. I've not missed one, fortunately.
Wow.
Through good health and the indulgence of the board. But there were probably at least enough special board meetings to push the total number over 300. The position of director of MAC requires building relationships. And fortunately, I have found a whole wealth of individuals, MAC members, board members, volunteers, and then fairly soon on starting to develop a professional staff, partners in town, many business owners, folks involved with other cultural and natural organizations. It's just has snowballed.
Made a great impact in New Jersey in so many different ways in the cultural, heritage, tourism communities. What would you tell those people right now if you could? If you could tell them something about your experience and having worked with them, what might that be?
I think just stressing the importance of collaboration and partnerships. Kate May and MAC have, from my earliest years, depended on support from the tourism community, the arts community, the history community. If I've had an overriding goal throughout this period, it is to help build bridges between all three of those communities. And I think collectively we have much to show for the joint efforts that our three communities have made. Extraordinary visionaries. They were all volunteers, so they had a degree of dedication, a willingness to put literally blood, sweat, and tears into starting a organization from scratch, overcoming tremendous challenges. The very top goal of saving the Physick Estate was threatened early on by the then city administration. To mount a political campaign that threw the bums out and brought in one of MAC's founders, Bruce Minix, as mayor, and then creating the whole framework that we've built on ever since. That is an extraordinary story unto itself. That the same founders, in their second year of existence with virtually no money in the bank, that they should purchase for a couple of $1,000s the assets of the then for-profit company that was running the trolley tour in town and that had a collection of Victorian furniture. That was a giant step which transformed our whole trajectory. If there's one thing in my mind that really separates MAC from countless thousands of comparable organizations, we have a wonderful house museum, but there are thousands of house museums throughout the country, with only a relative handful of them truly flourishing. Our founders, especially with the purchase of that trolley tour franchise, pulled us out of the little insular world of this one property. And they turned us into the interpreter for the public of all of Victorian Cape May. And I use the buzzword museum without walls. But that step, pulling us out of this 1 4-acre plot of land, putting us into the center of town and building other tours and special events that engaged countless partnerships throughout the community. That is why the very first word in our mission statement is multifaceted, and to be engaged in such a range of activities, all tied together loosely by our 3 major buckets in our mission: preservation, interpretation, and cultural enrichment. But it's our ability within those very broad confines to branch out and engage in a staggering array of activities that has really propelled our growth and given us a level of stability through good times and bad. Off the top of my head, I can think of a couple of goals and qualities that I've had that I think have contributed to MAC's success. The first was a commitment to professionalism and excellence. Did not always jibe well with some of our founders who had more of a party animal approach to how they wanted to treat this Physick house. But to me, excellence is an overriding quality that I've tried to nurture, encourage, enforce in every aspect of our activities. Another quality that I try to live up to is something called the golden rule. The notion of treating others as you want to be treated yourself. Having had an interesting, if not downright bumpy, road between college and coming to MAC, having experienced bosses who were authoritarian, who enjoyed power trips, who enjoyed demeaning people, I have striven to foster a very different kind of culture. To me, one of the most important qualities that I seek for in myself is to be respected. And I try as best I can to respect and treat with respect everyone with whom I encounter. And I do everything I can to foster a culture of respect within the organization. It can be an uphill battle at times, but to me that is a key glue that keeps a disparate group of people pulling together. Clearly leaving an organization, a group of people who have been so central to my life and my identity for well over half of my life is a bittersweet moment. I've been trying to get myself psyched for this moment for 2 or 3 years now. I understand, at least intellectually, that I need to step back. I need to let my successor, Jody Alessandrine, truly take over, working closely with the board, of course. I know that by definition there's going to be change. I'd like to think that with the right successor, and I am very bullish on Jody as I think the ideal replacement for me, that the kind of change that will that I'll be witnessing from a distance will be positive change. I myself have been involved in countless changes over the decades, and my two hopes is that Jody and the team that he works with, on the one hand, will maintain and sustain our missions, but I also am very hopeful that he will sustain the atmosphere of respect, mutual respect, and that he will treat the staff well, and that he will be able to engage the board in a mutually respectful way. I would say one of my favorite moments over the years is showing off my singing talents. The 12 days of Christmas during our staff Christmas party I would say that's one of my all-time ongoing favorite moments. Another favorite moment for the past dozen or 15 years has been coming around the drive when Scarecrow Alley is being erected and seeing what caricature of myself our marketing staff has come up with. I have viewed my scarecrows as the greatest compliment that I could ever receive.
That's great. Well, thank you, Michael, and I will. I appreciate your time. And
Godspeed. So long, farewell. And a partridge in a pear tree.
Oh, you have to do that. Do that again.
And a partridge in a pear tree.